currently 17 years old. I'm a high school student from Taiwan. And can you briefly introduce yourself to our audience today?
My name is Kjersti. I'm 47 years old, and I grew up in a very small place. I have 3 elder brothers, my mother and father, and I have gone to basic education, high school, and I studied political science at the University of Oslo. So the last 20 years I've been working in a government office in Oslo.
Okay. And just working, my first question is about like your experience in school as a child. Like, have you ever experienced any, have you received any education on like LGBT communities when you were in school?
When I grew up, there were very little about these questions in school. I don't think I ever heard the word lesbian until I maybe was 12 or 15 or something like that. So very little in school. In high school, when we were about 15 to 18 years old, there were some education about it,
okay.
But not very much.
Okay. And
but it's different. I think it's very different now.
Okay. And
yeah.
Can you briefly like explain like the education system in Norway? Because in Taiwan it's like 1st grade to 6th grade is elementary or primary school, and then 7 to 9 is middle school, 9 to 12 is high school. And is it any difference in Norway?
It's quite the same. Everybody starts schools at the age of 6,
okay.
And then you go private school until you're 13, and then you go lower secondary,
okay.
Until you're 16. So it's 10 years mandatory school.
Okay.
And then most you choose 3 more years. So 12 years, that's the most common. And then there is higher education. And I think about 40% participate in higher education now.
Okay.
40% of the population.
Okay. And so we read from your your introduction that you had 6 years of university studies, and then 1 year in
yes.
Harvard, and another year of teacher studies.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's your biggest takeaway from each period of your studies? Your biggest lessons?
I think that the 6 years at university, that was kind of my most formative years. So that's when I became the person I am today, I think. I met so many friends. I think that's maybe the most important thing from university, is to make good friends. But also that maybe it's because I learned how to learn, if you understand me. I learned how to meet new challenges, how to analyze information, how to write academically, but maybe most important that I learned how I should learn new things.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And
from Harvard, I think because I went abroad and stayed 1 year in a foreign country, I think the main lesson for me was to experience that. Just to experience to be a stranger in another country, because it made me more aware of how it is to be a stranger also in Norway. Because I felt, for instance, that my language was very blunt, that I couldn't express myself in like I feel now too when I speak English. I feel kind of blunt, if you understand me.
Yeah.
So So I think that's maybe the main lesson. I think you don't have to go to Harvard to experience that. You can go somewhere else as well.
Okay.
But Harvard is of course good because it's a very good university, good students, good professors, yeah.
And do a lot of students in Norway travel abroad for education reasons?
I think it's much more common now. When I studied in the 80s and 90s, it was not so many people went abroad. But now I think almost everyone go at least half a year abroad.
Okay.
At least half a year. Almost everyone, I think.
And so I read that you work in the committee for like quality of education in from primary school to high school right now. And it's like okay. So let me think how I should word this. Do you encourage students to travel abroad? And like, what would be like some advice you would give to students that will study abroad?
I think we would absolutely encourage students to go abroad because the world is so much smaller today, and you actually need to communicate with people from all over the world, like we are doing now. It's kind of crazy for me to sit here in Norway and speak with you in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So I think it's the main reason that people should go abroad is that the world is so small and you need to know people, you need to communicate with people from all over the world and to know the rest of the world. So I think, yeah, it's very important. And I think the best advice is to not just study hard, but also meet friends, socialize, and talk with people. Be curious.
Okay.
I think that's a good advice. Be curious and take part in things.
So, how was your experience with accepting yourself, not just as a gay person, but also just as like Kjersti yourself? How was your experience with it?
I don't know if it was so different from most people. I think I kind of found out that I was gay when I was maybe around 14, 15. But it took quite some years before I talked to someone about it. So it shows that it was kind of a struggle for me too. It took some years before I accepted it. I was like, oh no, I can't be in love with girls, I should be in love with boys. And I tried to be in love with boys, but it didn't work out very well. So, yeah, but I think when I told my parents, my siblings, my friends, it was just okay. It was no issue.
That's really nice.
So it was kind of coming out was quite easy, I think, for me.
And so, as I said, like in Taiwan, this is still like a taboo subject in a way. So, what can you give like young child or just teenager, like what would be the advice for coming out or just like accepting yourself?
I think that it's kind of hard for me to give advice to people from Taiwan because, as you say, it's quite different. But I think that you should tell someone. Tell a friend. If you won't tell your parents, tell a friend. Friend you feel you can trust. And I think when you have told it once, it's become more and more easy to tell it. And also it's very important for people, especially for young people, I think, to see other gays and lesbians, to have role models. So if you could get some really popular people to come out, I think that would be nice for the young people. But also talk about it at school. I think that's important, and don't mention it as something strange. Just say that, okay, about 10% of the population maybe is gay or lesbian or bisexual, sexual or transgender, and it's perfectly okay. It's just the way they are. It's nothing to do about it. It's just that's the world. So I think the schools should talk about it too.
Have you ever participated in any events where you're promoting self-love, self-awareness, or just like LGBT subjects?
If I participated in events?
Yeah, for like promoting self-love, self-awareness. Yeah, something like that, or just like self-love in general.
I normally participate in Pride in Oslo. It's a yearly, it's the whole week where we celebrate and have fun and go to concerts, and there's a big march at the end of the week, and several thousand people, maybe 20,000 people go and participate in the march, and lots of people are standing by and cheering, so it's just fun.
Yeah.
So I normally do that every year.
Okay.
And also in Cambridge, when I studied at Harvard, Massachusetts accepted same-sex marriage the year I was there. So there was a big celebration outside the City Hall of Cambridge.
Oh, okay.
So very funny.
Okay.
So we were there because they accepted same-sex marriage in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
That's really nice. And do you encourage people to go to these kind of events to like learn more about these subjects, or just do you just encourage people to go there for fun?
Both. Both to have fun and to learn more. I think it's important to have fun, to meet friends and to socialize, but it's also important to learn more. But I think that young people, especially in Norway at least, they like more partying than going to debates or things like that. So I think, to meet friends, that's maybe the most important thing, have fun.
Okay. And what are some difficulties that you might have experienced as like simply because like you're a lesbian, or because of like other reasons?
I would say I haven't experienced so many problems, and most of the problems I have experienced, I think it's because of me, because I don't know whether to tell it or not.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't. There are some strange things that happen sometimes, like people ask, do you want to get children, for instance? People I have never met. It's the first time I meet them and they say, oh, it's cool, oh, you're a lesbian. Do you want kids? And I think you would ask another person that question the first day you meet them. So I have had friends like straight people who have problems with they couldn't get kids. There was something wrong with them, so they wouldn't get kids. But people would ask them, why don't you get kids? Because it's kind of rude to ask people that question, but with lesbians it's perfectly okay to ask that question. And I think that's kind of strange, but I've never had any problems. I've been open on my workplace from day one. I just told everyone, like, I'm lesbian, and it's okay. So yeah.
And for like when you're faced with like the question that you just said, how would you react to that? And like, would you try to like educate those people?
I would normally not talk about it. I would just say, answer the question and don't confront them with it. So I would just say, we have talked about having kids, but we decided not to get kids. But sometimes if I'm in the mood for it, I would say, will you ask that question to a straight person? So, yeah. But mostly I don't. I'm a quite polite person.
Okay. And so since you work in the committee, like I said, for like the quality of education, do you try to integrate LGBT subjects into the education in schools?
I would say it's not my mission to try to. So I'm not so occupied with those issues because there are other people that have responsibility for those issues. But so it's not something I advocate specifically because I'm lesbian. So, and I think that's kind of okay. But the Norwegian government supports some groups that comes to school to tell the students about how it is to be gay and lesbians. So, and I would, if we discuss at my work whether to continue to give support for those groups, I would naturally say yes. I think it's important that these groups get support.
Okay. So I'm at the last question already. So if you could give your younger self a piece of advice or a message, what would you tell her?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a very good question. I think I would say don't be afraid. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just come out and tell everyone who you are. It's perfectly okay.
I think that's it for my questions.
It was very nice.
It's very nice to meet you too. Do you have any questions like for me or like about Taiwan if you want to ask?
You said it's not very common in Taiwan that you don't talk about LGBT issues so much. So could you say it's very...
Sorry?
Is it very hard for young person to come out?
I think so, because I have quite some friends in school that are like they're gay, and like I've worked in like gay straight alliances before, so I have like experiences, and I have a lot of friends that are who are like foreign friends who are gay too, and compared to my foreign friends, my friends in Taiwan have less resources and less support for like coming out or just like accepting themselves, and it's sort of it makes me really sad sometimes because I feel like it's so just like because of internet and like the resources we have right now, like we should be able to accept ourselves for who we are, but then my friends, they're having so much difficulties with coming out and like with accepting themselves. So
I think that for many people the problem is mostly inside themselves.
Yeah,
it's not maybe not necessarily in society. Yeah. Oh, but it was so fun talking to you.
Yeah, same. It was so nice to meet you, and thank you for like sharing your experience, because there's so little resources for LGBT people in Taiwan, and I really hope that your interview will help them and let them know that it's like it's normal, it's okay to be yourself, to be who you are.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.